Do we have any indication on how many individual Oro Valley residents use the golf course in a given year?
I probably don't. I don't. I know what the number of members are. I know what the number of non-member rounds are. I know the usage of the facility that doesn't even include golfers.
So we're spending $2.5 million a year, and we don't know how many of our residents use it. I want to get back to some of these capital improvements. So originally, it was planned that we would have $5.5 million in capital improvements. Now I know we've done, you said 4.8 million. Are those the same capital improvements that were originally promised, or some of them different, such as the $2 million for the energy efficiency?
Vice-Mayor Barrett, some of them are different because that list that I gave you of that 4.2 had what we're calling really major investments. So, for example, it had on there the lease of the mower equipment. That wasn't something that was included in it. That's just a cost. That's just an operating cost. It's like buying cars, or vehicles or something like that. So some of them are the same as to what were projected, ADA improvements and roof repairs and that sort of thing. I haven't done a side-by-side comparison, but we can certainly do that for you.
Sure. What is it that accounts for that increase in revenues?
Primarily, it's the local sales tax. The dedicated sales tax rises about $150,000 to $200,000 a year. It has since we acquired the facility.
So this revenue increase is primarily driven by increases in the local sales tax and transfers from the general fund, along with some minor increases in outside play and food and beverage operations, correct?
Correct.
So in terms of our 2014 Parks and Recreational survey that we took as a statistically valid survey just before we purchased this golf course, where did golf rank in that survey in terms of the community's priorities? Do you know, Christy? I know.
Near the bottom.
Yeah, it was near the bottom, right? Okay. So I guess I just would respond to some of the previous situations that have been given in that I am willing to have that discussion of whether or not it's appropriate for a community to be paying for golf when it isn't something that the residents have expressed a strong need for or a desire for, particularly at the scale and at the level that we're seeing it being paid for in this community with the ongoing needs and losses. What incentive does either Troon or the town have to operate this course in a way that it's sustainable?
When the facility was acquired, the elected body at that time established the framework under which the facility was to operate, the whole thing. And that was make it work within the revenues collected and the half-cent sales tax that body dedicated to that.
I think the original projections included all of the capital investments being paid for by the half-cent sales tax, the transfers back to the general fund being paid for by the half-cent sales tax, in addition to the ongoing operational losses being paid for by the half-cent sales tax. So, I mean, I don't know that I would exactly say, now we're here and we've made it work if we still have to bond $6 million and do all these different capital improvements, and we can't pay back the general fund entirely from its transfer, in terms of that half-cent sales tax.